What's up, everybody? It's Evan over at Wayback's Arcade coming at you with another video. And so a while back, I did a bunch of shorts, just little quick, scaling back views of some of the cabinets we have here. And by far, the biggest one that took off was House of the Dead. So I figured might as well do a showcase video on it. And so today, we're talking about Sega's 1996 classic, The House of the Dead. Now, if you haven't played it, that's extremely surprising because everybody knows House of the Dead. It's one of those games that kind of transformed the entire genre. Like it made the genre, right? So to say this is a zombie shooter is partially right, but Marvel actually had the term zombie tied up in a trademark at the time, and so they couldn't use zombies. So they're actually creatures, and they were made in a lab. So this, it's a little more accurate than zombies in the traditional sense. And before this game, zombies were mostly just the slow, right? House of the Dead kind of introduced them to where they're frantically running and stuff. So it really kind of inspired a lot of stuff like, the movie 28 Days Later or whatever, where they're just running at you and they're a big viable threat. Something else House of the Dead kind of inspired was Resident Evil. Who knows what Resident Evil would have looked like? Maybe it would have been another Dino Crisis type scenario, but hey, it's a good game too, right? I wish they'd remake that one. Anyway, so House of the Dead, it's an on-rail first-person shooter with a light gun. You have various branching paths depending on, how many scientists you save, how many gold frogs you find, it's all kind of different little things you can do. Now, the hardware was pretty limited. It was a Sega Model 2 board, which is what Virtua Cop came out on. So if you look at Virtua Cop versus House of the Dead, they crammed a lot of stuff into that little board by comparison. And they focused heavy on cinematics and dialogue, even as cheesy as it is, right? You went in and you had a cool story. I think it took over something like over half the board memory was literally nothing but dialogue. So you have 4 stages, boss fight at each stage. You're going after the mad scientist. You're trying to rescue your fiance, right? So a typical 90s hostage situation, save the girl kind of scenario. But it's a really cool game. They had a movie adaptation that we're not even going to talk about because that was pretty rough, right? Had nothing to do with the game other than basically using the name. But let's go out to the floor. Let's grab us a light gun and play some House of the Dead. Hey guys, we got our big old carnival there. We're gonna come down one of our shooting rows. We got a ton of shooting games. We love them here. But there it is, the House of the Dead. And the House of the Dead 2, which is also an awesome game. So it definitely had an unusual looking cabinet, right? So it kind of sticks out there for no particular reason other than just to grab attention, I guess. Has some cool graphics. Had your standard issue hap guns. It's really cool artwork. As you can tell, this was geared really more towards adults than children. Hence why it's got so much blood and gore and creep factor. It says don't go in the house alone. But I'm going to be playing a single player game today, so it just makes me more brave, right? Anyway, let's give it a shot. All right, so we got the FPV camera. We're going to give it a shot. forget the agent's name. One of them is G. The G's kind of the partner to the main guy. This actually has a pretty decent story considering it's a 90s arcade game. And I'm accidentally shot the scientist. So if you save all the scientists, then you get a different branching paths. You get bonus points. This game's heavily about points. Typical, shoot off the screen to reload. I forgot his name. I think it was like the Hangman or something. But he's one of the bosses. Of course, the zombies don't have guns or stuff, so they just come up and smack you. Some of them will throw stuff at you. And I screwed up there. If I could have stopped him from throwing him off the side of the bridge, I'd have gone straight into the front door versus having to go through the sewer. But, that's cool too. Different branching paths. There is an axe throwing creature. I forgot how many creatures there wound up being total on this game. Just a crazy number considering. And that didn't last very long. I didn't even get into the house. So we're going to keep on going. Managed to save one at least. This was actually attempted to be banned in Indiana, I believe, or Indianapolis. But a judge ultimately said no dice. So they're like, oh, it's too realistic and people are going to have nightmares. I think that creatures actually are coming for them. Always hated the monkey looking guys. I would dare say Resident Evil Zero's creatures were inspired by those little slugs. Officially unofficial opinion there. It's not doing too bad on my second quarter. Headshots do more damage, but you can blow limbs off. Gotta love these old light gun games. They're a pain to keep working and calibrate correctly. But once they are, it's a really cool technology. No, thank you. And our first boss. I'll show you his weak points. There you go. Let's at least finish the boss, right? He's pretty tough. The Curian's the main bad guy, evil scientist, whatever you want to call him. I only rescued 2. Pretty bad. So you see the end screen, and you get kind of some of your stats. Second chapter, The Revenge. And then, of course, you get another little cutscene, which is very cool for the time, but such a just groundbreaking game for the moment. I dare say maybe Chainsaw Guy inspired Resident Evil 4. A lot of shared ideas. Could it be coincidence? Possibly. And they got me. I didn't survive the House of the Dead. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Such a cool series. We got 2. I wish we had 3. I think there's 2 other spinoffs, but maybe one of these days. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all might want to see for the next video. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.